What's going on, my people? How is everybody doing and how is everybody feeling? And today, my people, welcome back to another video. And I got a very special video today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why it's important to be careful with the names that you give yourself in terms of nicknames. So, my name is Jeremy, but my nickname is Jay. That's the name that my family's always been calling me since I was young, okay? But a lot of times, places that we grow up around, where it be like, for example, I'm from Brooklyn, so that you grow up in from young until an adult, or maybe like from your teenager or whatever age, we all get these certain nicknames. So you gotta be careful if certain people around you give you nicknames like Young Gun or any name that has to do with your surroundings. If they're giving you a name like something that's gang related, or if a man is giving himself a nickname based off things that he does with women or how he pleases a woman or anything like that, you gotta be careful, because those things literally are going to make you have characteristics of that nickname, if that makes sense. What do I mean by that? So if I have a nickname that was given to me or that I gave myself, like for example, if I call myself Young Daga Master, obviously the reason I gave myself that is because that is things that I do. You get your name based off something that you did, or you get your name. Yeah, that's really how you get your name. It comes from somewhere. Like, nobody just wakes up and say, I'm gonna call this person this. It's something that you did, and people like crowned you that name. Like, you earned this name because you did this. Regardless of what it is, it can be sexual, it can be at a job, it can be gang related, it can be a rapper name, it can be an artist name, or whatever it is. Anything that you did that somebody gave you this name because they felt like you deserved it or you earned it for whatever reason, you have to be careful, okay? You don't want to be my age or in your 30s talking about I'm the Daga Master, Young Bloody, just any names that sounds like what I just said. For some reason, these nicknames that are given to us or that we give ourselves, if we don't grow out of them, it's going to keep us in that same box. We're going to still be doing these same things. If you're trying to be, especially for men, if you're trying to be a man that's powerful, if you're trying to be a king, no king has a nickname that's called Young Daga Master. That's not a king name. And if you're trying to elevate in life and be better, and every time, so for example, if you tell yourself, I'm no longer trying to have this name, do not call me this is not me anymore, I've moved on, right? When you get around certain people and they be like, yo, Daga Master or something like that, it's going to keep putting you back into that same state of mind every single time, even if you're trying to do better, because you're so attached. And that's the thing, nicknames, you form attachments to them. It's like, to me, I feel like having certain nicknames is like soul ties. You cannot really get rid of them until you yourself declare that you want it off you. Like, do not call me this. I'm no longer being called this particular nickname. I'm not a part of this no more. That's not me. I'm in a whole different place in my life and I don't want to be called that. Until you declare that on your life, and the people around you, they're going to always keep calling you that, and they're going to literally keep you in those same memories. Not all memories we must keep. Not all memories are good memories. There's certain memories that we shouldn't keep anymore. We should let them go, delete it out of our life, flush it out of our minds. That's very important. Even me, right? When I was in a certain season of my life, I was calling myself Jay Blast, okay? But I didn't realize there was a certain spirit that came with having the name Jay Blast. And that's what it is. Certain nicknames we give ourselves, they have a certain spirit. It's like in my eyes, it's a certain type of like spell that we put on ourselves. And we cannot break free from these spells if we keep allowing others and ourselves to call us these nicknames. So we have to be careful the nicknames that we give ourselves, because the nicknames you give yourself, that's literally who you are. If you keep calling yourself these names every single day, or if you say, okay, I don't call myself this, but I allow other people to call me these names, you're going to keep remembering. It's going to like trigger. It's like a switch. If you're a person that goes, my name is Jason, or my name is whatever name it is, Vic, you know what I'm saying? My name is Logan, whatever your name is. These are just random names, right? But when you get around a particular people, they're calling you young killer, top shooter. Like, you don't want to be called these things, because it's literally going to, because a lot of these names come with a certain spirit, like I said, right? So if you haven't gotten that, or it could also be a demonic spirit. If you haven't gotten that demon out of you, even though you're trying to be better, especially if you're trying to have a better walk with Christ, if you've never acknowledged that and tried to get that off your spirit, that demon, every time somebody calls you that, that demon is gonna just jump out. And those characteristics that you used to kind of like have about yourself, those behaviors, that demon is going to take over, because it's like a mating call. It's like you're calling that demon to come back into you and take over just for that moment. So we have to be careful. Some people don't understand that this is a serious thing. And this is a serious thing. This is why it's important to give yourself, if you want to give yourself nicknames or other people give you nicknames, it's very important to make sure that these nicknames are very powerful, strength words, or powerful, uplifting words. Nicknames. You don't want to have these nicknames like, for example, right? Mike Tyson, when he was a boxer, he literally said that they would call him the Animal or the Iron Fist or something like that. Then I seen a recent interview when he said this was his farewell boxing, where after the fight he said he doesn't want to fight anymore because it's not in his heart anymore. He's not an animal anymore. He was an animal fighting, and I don't want to be called that anymore. So at that point, Mike Tyson literally broke that soul tie. He let it be known in front of the world, this is not me anymore, and I don't want to be looked at as an animal, and I don't want to be called that anymore. So that at that moment, he broke that soul tie with that nickname, because every time he heard that or people saw that, they always put him back in that old state of mind, those old memories that he was trying to move on from. He knows he's a legend. He knows that he's knocked out plenty of people and have a lot of memories with boxing. But sometimes some people don't want to live like that no more. Some people want to be in a new spirit. They want to enjoy the new season that they're in. They're in a better headspace. They're more positive. They're more renewed, they're more healed. That's the example that I wanted to give, because I felt like that was a perfect example, and that's something that I recently seen. So, like I said, my people, be careful with the nicknames that you give yourself and the nicknames that other people give you. Like I said, you don't want to be 50 and you're called the Dagger Master, and you're literally okay with people calling you that. And like I said, I'm not speaking of anybody. These are just random things that I'm calling out. These are like, I know there's people that have these nicknames, but I'm not particularly talking about them. I'm just giving examples for why it's important. At 50, you shouldn't be calling yourself the Dagger Master. You're a king. What are you doing? You should be a powerful man. You should probably have an empire or a kingdom at that point at 50, or working on that, because everybody has their time. Every man and woman, don't get me, oh man, I didn't even speak about women. I didn't even speak about women yet, so I gotta make this video long. I don't care how long it is. Women, y'all got some of the most craziest names. The Throat God. First of all, having anything with God at the end is disrespectful. Okay, like that's, women names are even worse. The Throat God, the Gok extraordinaire. Like, what? Like, that name, the Throat God alone is one of the most demonic, craziest names I ever heard in my life. The women names that they allow men to call them is crazy. The one from back in the day, that Big Booty Judy. Come on, you cannot make this up. This is real. Big Booty Judy. All of these names, like, there's so many names that I could be saying, but I can't even think of them at the top of my head right now. And I know after I cut this video off, I'm gonna be able to speak on it. But the women nicknames is crazy. The nickname stuff is crazy. You know, Superhead, Like all of this sexual, crazy, demonic names. That is crazy. And all of these women, look how most of the women look, right? They could be normal. If you call them by their name, I'm not even gonna say no name because if certain women watch this, I don't want to offend no women out there, but certain regular names, you know what I'm saying? And then look how they look at their spirit and look how they move after they get called that. Yo, the Gog 3000, yo, Superhead. Look at the spirit that comes out of them. It's crazy, especially women. Y'all gotta stop with these names. Stop letting men call y'all these things. Big Booty Judy, Shorty with the Fatty. Like, you might not think that's a nickname, but they're men giving women these crazy nicknames. That demon that's within them that's has a soul tied to that name for how they got it. And come on now, and that's the thing with women. We all know how y'all getting these nicknames. Y'all already know how you getting these nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I get married, I'm not gonna be calling my wife the Gog 3000. Like, no reason to be calling my wife that name. I know what she doing that night. And my wife is gonna be going crazy. I know that, but for me to allow the words that comes out of my mouth to be spoken onto my woman like that is crazy. And I feel like these names also hold a certain spell to them. So the minute it comes out of my mouth and it goes into my girl or my wife's ears, it's like it's going to activate something within them. And listen, it's like I said, I feel like the women have the worst nicknames. There's so many other nicknames that I'm trying to think of, and I can't even seem to think of them right now. But listen, it's getting crazy out here. It's getting crazy out here. So that's why when it comes to me, I make sure that if anybody's giving me a nickname, it's something towards my actual name. You're not about to call me Big Jimmy Man or so, just something like that, because most of the names that women give men too is also something about they digging stick, you know, how they are in bed or something that they did sexually. It's just like, and that's the nicknames. These nicknames come from sexual places, how you can perform, and that it could be sexually or just anything regularly performing at work, at a sport, anything like that. Something that you earned, a name that you earned. It's like, nah, if it's not empowering me, don't call me that. But I appreciate y'all, my people. I just went on a little rant because it's like I said, this stuff is real, and people think it's a joke and they're not aware of this thing. This is real stuff. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video. Until next time, much love.